When you look at this water, it looks so deep and deadly. It looks so scary, like this type of water is too deep or dangerous to swim in. This water here is a place where people would go and relax, look at the water. I've never seen anyone swim in it. I have been there a few times, but something just weird about this water. When I ask about it, people are saying it's the ocean, but it doesn't look like the sea to me. Things are not as they appear. It is not as deep as how it appears. It is not even what it looks like. This seawater here has a whole bunch of weird stuff in it. So I was thinking it's not a sea at all. It doesn't even have waves. This has no waves whatsoever except whatever you see going on there on top. I was saying this has to be a lake. When I went closer, I realized I can see the bottom where the water is. So I confirmed that's either a lake or a pond. That is why it's not good to go and swim into just any water, anywhere. You never truly know what you're dealing with. I decided to find out what this water is. I stand there staring at it for a while, looking with the physical eyes. It all looked real, it looked normal, there's no wave or anything. I decided to look at it with my spiritual eyes. By looking at the water, I realized that mist-like creatures were seen all over it. When you look at the water is flat, right? I'm trying to tell you, these mist-like creatures, they're way past the water surface. They're high up. They're like 8 to 10 feet tall off the water surface you're looking at right now. So mist-like creatures were seen all over the water. So much that the whole thing wasn't even water anymore. It looks like water, but none of it is water. It is just an illusion. The whole thing is demons, a whole bunch of unclean spirits just moving about everywhere, wrapping themselves around each other, just doing a whole bunch of weird things, and it gives the illusion that it's water in the physical, but in the spirit realm, it is not water at all. So can you imagine someone go throw themselves in there, try to swim or whatever? Can you imagine what would happen to them? The world is not as it appears. I take out my camera and I try to record it. You realize that the enemies are the one who's in control of technology. It's not real people, it's not real human beings who are making these things. So therefore, when we try to use it to take a video or a picture of something in the spirit realm, it's not able to show on these devices. I take out my phone and I try to catch these beings on the cell phone, which was like impossible. I just couldn't get them to show up on there. Just like when you look at the whole thing in the physical, it looked like water, right? The phone is showing the illusion also. I went very, very close. Weird looking creature, spiritual things masquerading as water. The enemy can tell when you see the truth. A whole bunch of white people came in the background, start doing a whole bunch of noise campaign. They start doing a whole bunch of things to distract me, having a whole bunch of nonsense conversation that don't make no sense because they're there to distract, to hide the truth, just for me to be distracted from what I'm looking at and to pay attention to them. And they don't matter. Once you start seeing the truth, a whole bunch of crowd will start gathering behind you, around you, just to do noise campaign, to distract you from the truth. You have to ask God to help you to be focused in these times because these demons are there to distract. They will never ever tell us the truth. They will never ever show us the truth. Yet when we operate in the lie, they have an issue with it. Like, why are you doing that? You're supposed to know the truth, yet they hide the truth from us. The whole world is just a confusing place. It's an illusion. It's a lie. It's there to distract us from the truth. It's there to hinder us from the Most High God. It hinders from the purpose that God have in store for us and our real reason for being here in the earth. Because if we look at our life without understanding the purpose, life don't make no sense. The whole reality don't make no sense, right? They are there to distract us. So our entire life and years are wasted and we realize that we live for nothing. We gain nothing. We know nothing. And we can't understand why we were even put here in the first place. We have to ask God to deliver us from these spirit of distraction that is there to distract us from the truth. They cannot help us, they cannot do us no good, and they will never tell us the truth even though they know it. They're just there to distract us from knowing it so we can live in the darkness, we can live in the illusion, and they can take advantage of us and laugh at us and mock at us, saying we're stupid and we're foolish and we don't have no sense and they're the best thing ever and we're nothing. When it's actually the opposite. They're the one who's nothing. Not all water we must be glad to jump in and swim. Not because it looks clean doesn't mean it is clean. Some of the most filthy things we ever encounter in life looks clean. And the ones that look dirty that we would not want to go in, that's the one that is actually clean. Unclean things make themselves to look clean in the physical. And clean things look dirty in this matrix world system. Everything is back to front. Individuals will be so glad to jump in it to go swim. It is not even water. I'm trying to tell you, we got to acknowledge God in everything we do because things are not as they appear. Things are not as they seem. We're living a lie. This whole entire physical reality is a lie.